scene at the Danforth Music Hall recently before a concert featuring Toronto's Viletones and one of England's most popular bands, the Buzzcocks. The Clash left their mark on Toronto. Buzzcocks impressed these fans. All kinds of rock and rollers who, lured by the promise of honest music, came together from all over Toronto. Downtown, the suburbs, people who traditionally thrived off hard rock are finally turning onto and having a mad affair with the new British invasion. Perhaps their devotion comes out of an anger caused by the boring music of the early 70s. But punkers are no longer confined to those who wear torn t-shirts and safety pins through their ears. We've been following the new wave scene in this city. Sure, we see the same fans again and again, but always there are new converts. The Beatles were once thought of as just another four young lads from Liverpool. Now the Buzzcocks, four young lads from Manchester, are determined to keep their music raw and conquer the world. Do you fancy yourself rock and roll stars?
Yes.
Yes, obviously.
No, give it a try. Sure, it's like. We don't like it. We can always go back, you see.
Go back to what?
The roots. Back to the roots.
The roots. Where are the roots?
In Manchester.
I see. Just hanging around, eh?
Yeah.
What about the star treatment? I mean, does it bother you, or do you like it? I mean, I know you might not.
We don't get it.
But we don't get it. But if people treat us nice, then we respond by, you know, our
When
we ask for is a little bit of...
big meals and all that, but I mean, by the same token, when we go back to Manchester, we can still get the bus or, you know, do things like that. Well, he gets the bus, I've got a car now, but still, you know, we just still do ordinary things anyway.
That's sort of nice to have that anonymity, but would you ever like to be that well-known that, I mean, you couldn't walk down the street?
No, because you depend on it. It's just a drug then, you know. If you think that, Christ, you know, you could just call someone and they'll do things for you and that. You end up not doing anything yourself in your life, you know. Everything's done for you.
That sounds great to me.
Back in '76, you guys were one of the first bands to get your own label together. You, the Hormones label, I think it was
the
called.
New Hormones.
Okay, well, how was that? Why did you get it together?
Because we wanted to hear what we sounded like. Because we'd only had the chance of hearing ourselves through the reports of other people. And if you're going to go in the studio to record something which you can hear what it sounds like properly, then you might as well use that recording. So we just borrowed some money and went to the studio and released it.
Well, how hard was that to do? I mean, borrow some money, it obviously cost a lot of money.
No, it was about £500. I borrowed, I arranged for my dad to borrow £250 from me. And there's two friends of Richard's, our manager, who put up the money, and that was it. That was enough money to do it.
Has this become a fairly common practice over in Britain now? Most bands?
As soon as we did it, lots of other people started doing it. Like, there was just millions of independent labels. Well, not millions, but, you know, there was a few thousand. Oh. And it got all out of hand. Yeah.
Well, the name of the little album you put out was Spyro Scratch?
Yes.
What was that like compared to the stuff that you do now?
Rough.
Stuff we do now, still rough.
Well, you've got a new album coming out now. How is that change? How is that different?
There's a new album in the UK and there's a new album this side of the Atlantic.
Oh, two different ones?
Yeah, two different. The new one in Britain will be coming out here around about November, December.
What kind of sound does it have to it? I mean, is it still rough at all, or is it just totally a polished kind of sound?
It's a polished roughness. It's like a rough diamond. It still looks pretty.
Okay, who broke their guitar the other night? Someone broke a Les Paul on stage.
Me.
Oh. Why'd you do that?
To prove a point to myself.
What point was that?
I'll never do it again. No, I don't know, I just sort of got carried away. I enjoy sort of using the guitar without actually, you know, playing straight chords or notes or something. I enjoy making noises and wrestling with it, correcting it, and wrestling with it and struggling with it. Just so happens after I'd finished, you know, bashing it around, I sort of just picked it up and threw it on the floor. I didn't realise that, you know, the neck was going to break off, and it did, so...
So it wasn't really an act of anger?
It's just to prove that it's only a guitar, because I'm not one of these dedicated musicians that sort of say, hey, that's, you know, it was a 1953 Les Paul, you know, a real rare guitar, and so people are sort of, oh, you know, how could you do that and all that, but it's just an instrument, it's just a piece of wood with strings on.
What a
I'm just a
philosophy.
person.
Do you try to put this kind of philosophy across in your music?
Yeah, all we are 4 people on stage playing music. I mean, we're not...
Oh, it's just that easy, is it?
Yeah.
Think anyone can do what you're doing?
Oh, no, that's all Izzy can do. What
He goes, okay.
Well, I mean, as far as breaking a guitar, anybody can do it if they've got,
Oh, yeah, well, they've got the guts. No, but I'm talking about your music. I mean, you said you just got together 3 years ago. Before that, you were just playing with small bands and stuff. I mean, now you consider yourself serious musicians, obviously. No.
We've always been serious in what we do, but,
As far as being musicians, I mean, that's just something which is on our passports. It's not our day-to-day living.
Slightly pretentious, because everybody's a potential musician.
Yeah.
I've heard people make noises that are like, and they've not on an instrument.
Well, some of you have seen along. This is another you can sing along with. It's called What Do I Get? What do I get?